Good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And we have a bit of a rainy day here. I don't know about by you, but I think it's supposed to be colder and rainy compared yesterday. Oh my, can we talk about yesterday? 70 degrees. It's March. 70 degrees. Yeah. Good morning, Jonelle. Welcome. Glad you are here. Glad you are here. So today's card, spot on as always. And so I want to do some lead up to the card. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. Everybody's starting to roll in. This is good. And we have the Power of Surrender deck today. Haven't seen that one in a while. When I was muscle testing for which deck, it was the far right row. I have 3 different rows of card decks, and started counting down, and it was the 5th deck down. Usually it's one of the top 3 typically, but it went to the 5th deck down. So we have new information. 85 yesterday. Unbelievable weather. Unbelievable. Well, you're Texas, but nonetheless, Wisconsin hit 70. Wow. That was just wild. Just wild. So, and I heeded the call from today's card yesterday. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Welcome. So, what I want to start with is a blog post. I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to give you the gist of it. That a dear friend of mine posted, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where she's been in recovery from alcohol for decades. And she was talking about how difficult it is to weather the storms that we're going through right now without substance. And it just made me think of, yes, when people go into recovery, and I mean, many people just reach for whatever it is that soothes them when things are difficult. Alcohol, drugs, gambling, doom scrolling, excessive TV watching, getting lost in a bazillion books, whatever it is that you do that dulls the pain of, oh my God, now what? That's going on in our world. So my thought was, it would be good to have a conversation about what are the things we can do when we are no longer abusing substances or escaping in things. And I'm not saying that it's food. Yes, food. And I'm not saying that it's bad to have respite. God, no, we have to have respite from what's going on. But there's a difference between respite and escape. And it can be a thin line, a slippery slope. Good morning, Lisa Bloom. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. So our card today is going to be very pointed in that regard, but I just want you thinking about, have you slipped into any soothing yet not healthy patterns since the world's blowing up? What are you doing to cope with this? Good morning, Diane. Diane and I have a plan. Today we're going to a movie. Now, I'm not saying that the particular movie we've picked, actually I've picked it for a reason. I can't remember the name of it. Diane, if you remember, if you want to flip it in the feed, that'd be great. But the storyline is, it's a true story of a group of young girls who were vying for a robotics championship, and the Taliban trying to squelch them. So it's a story about overcoming. It's a story about believing in yourself. It's a story about women succeeding. And so I thought that would be a good exposure at this point, given many things going on in our world, small scale and large scale. But I just want you thinking about, what are the things I might be creeping into that are not so good for me, but they're designed to distract me from the things either about which I can do nothing or that hurt my soul, etc. And so we'll talk about today's card is going to help us with that, but we'll do some stuff on it. So let's start with some stuff. A little bit of tapping and some breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Notice my pace is already slowing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Driving your roots deep into Mother Earth, grounding and anchoring. In through the nose, drawing in healing golden light. Out through the mouth, letting go of all that no longer serves. Couple more nice deep breaths. Now hopefully, just with that less than a minute effort toward settling, grounding, breathing, you notice a difference. That's all it takes. You can do that sitting in a stoplight. You could do that in the middle of a meeting. You could do that in the middle of church. No one's going to know. But it centers you, it grounds you, it brings you back to connection with Mother Earth, right? So there's one tool we can use when things are chaotic. Yesterday, holy shit show. Just, I had it. I had just had it. So what I chose to do was, rather than do the white hot pity party or sink into depression or grab a drink at noon or any of the stuff that wouldn't serve me, I chose to go sit on my front porch. And there was a hawk circling and screaming. There was kids over at the school playing. A whole group of kids came walking through. The middle school has a play going on, so a bunch of the elementary schools have been walking to the middle school all week long to see the play. So I could hear kids laughing and yelling and running. And my tulips are up this far. Now, yes, next week is all going to be in the 30s, but I'm hoping they're hardy enough that because they're only up this far, they'll be fine. If I don't think they're going to be fine, I will throw a bed sheet over them. So that was kind of a surrender into letting go of the work, letting go of the churn, letting go of the, oh my God, now what? Because it was everything. I mean, it was doctor appointments, it was pharmacy issues, it was all kinds of crap. So it was good to just let it go. Go sit on my porch and watch the world go past. And again, today Diane and I are going to a movie, and we'll just kind of do what today's card is calling for. Good morning, Cheryl. Surrender to play. Surrender to play. And look, she's skipping. Have you tried skipping lately? It's kind of interesting when you're old trying to skip. Give her. It's worth it. So, another nice deep breath. I'm going to read the card, and let's see where we go. And I'm going to add a couple of words to the card, as I am often wont to do, right? Take a break from overthinking a goal. I'm going to add in, take a break from doom scrolling on Facebook. Take a break from what's all wrong with our world. Take a break, take a break, take a break. Do something fun. Play is a time for recreation and rejuvenation. If you look at, I mean, when you watch kids play, nope, can't skip. I hear you. I'm going to practice. I'm going to see if we can get that skill back up there. I used to be able to skip like a maniac. Play is a time when your brain can go offline a little bit, and that's when you're more likely to tap creativity. If you watch little kids play, they are incredibly creative. It's been described as their work, but it's what gives them joy, and it's what allows them to get totally focused and into something. If you have grandkids, have them teach you how to play. Say, children, teach grandma how to play. See what they come up with. That would be hysterical, I bet. What do you want to learn how to redo? Because we all used to be able to do this stuff. We'd play in the mud. We'd turn butter containers into houses for trolls. You know, we'd all kinds of stuff. You know, our bike was a rocket that was going to go to the moon. Let's find that again. Let's find that again, because that creativity is not just balm for our soul. It is also what's going to get us out of a lot of this mess anyway. That's why creativity is being squelched on so many fronts, because it is the road out. It is the path out. So keep it. Keep your creativity. Keep the play. Take out a piece of paper. I don't care. Good morning, Mel. Glad you're here. Take out a piece of paper and sketch something. Let the pencil hit the page and let it start moving. Have you ever done the doodle drawings? You just scribble all over the page and then you look for stuff. It's kind of like looking in the clouds. See what you can find, right? Be creative. We need creativity right now. We need lightheartedness right now. We cannot afford to bog down. So I'll tell you, this was hilarious. My dad got a new phone, and he had dropped his flip phone and broke the corner off, so the hinge didn't work, and then the components got messed up, blah, blah. And it was supposed to be an easy phone. There's even easy in the name of it. It was not easy. So I said to my sister, you have an Android, I have an iPhone. He had an Android prior to this phone, which began to be too difficult for him. So I said, I would like to get him an iPhone because then I know how to fix it. With the Android, I didn't know how to fix it. She's an hour and a half away. Sometimes I'd have to call her. I'd have to Google stuff, trying to figure out how do I get this damn phone to do what I want it to do. So got him an iPhone. And it's been very easy to teach him how to use the iPhone. He can do most of the things. Rule of thumb, if you're messed up, swipe up. If you're messed up, swipe up. It's been working. I think we should probably do that for ourselves, right? There's a life lesson. If you're messed up, swipe up. Okay, universe, I need some help every day. Fabulous, Cheryl. That's fabulous. Yes. Put some things down. Create some things. If you find something, I used to love taking things and turning them into something else. That was always really fun for me. And I can see the creativity in my dad, because when he broke the phone, he tried to fix it. And cardboard, duct tape, the whole shebang. He made a valiant effort. The phone was way beyond surviving, but nonetheless. So anyway, new phone. Phone's sitting out there charging today, because you know what? They send you the cord now, but they don't send you the little cube to plug in the wall. You have to buy the cube separate. If you didn't know that, now you know that. Anywho, I was not paying the prices online for where I ordered the phone from, so went to Wally World and got the case and the cover and all the other stuff for about a third of the price. But his phone was sitting out there charging today. I thought, I wonder what screen he's on. Just, you know, did he get himself into something he can't get out of, blah, blah. So I entered his code and I looked, and the first two things I saw were upsetting. Because it was on Facebook. So swiped to get rid of that, and then I forget what was behind it. It might have been YouTube, might have been news, I forget. Anyway, the first two stories I saw were upsetting. And I'm like, oh no, forget it. This is going to be a good day. I'm on a roll. I want to play. I want some respite. I am not willing to go down the hole today. Forget it. No. You can assail me again tomorrow and try to get me to go there. But nope, not today. Not today. Not happening. So, what are things that you can do? So with my dear friend who was lamenting how hard it is to be present and pay attention without a substance to take some of the pain away, my thought would be, maybe you take a break from Facebook, news, etc. Have a day, have a screen-free day. Even if you did a screen-free half a day, I believe you would notice the difference. I believe you would notice the difference in your anxiety level, in your depression level, in your irritability. I think all of those things would vastly improve if you took a screen-free day. Try it. Let me know if I'm accurate. And yes, I know that means you won't be seeing me on a particular day, but that's okay. That's okay. In the interest of the experiment, I am willing to have you not be here for a day so that you can come back the next day and report how it was to have a screen-free day. Also pay attention to how often do things try to intrude. It can be people going, did you hear blah, blah, blah? And you might need to say, sorry, I'm having a news-free day today. So, not going there. We can talk about it tomorrow. Want to get coffee tomorrow? We can talk about it. We're not talking about it today. Not going there. I have a friend whose husband just rails on this stuff all day long. And she's like, can't hear it now. I'm done. I'm going to go do whatever, but I'm not going to steep myself in this stuff. Ask yourself, what can I do about this? I filled out my absentee ballot yesterday, and Dad filled out his, and I will take those to the post office and take them inside and drop them in the bin. Recently, our post office has had the outside bins so jammed full of stuff, it's clear they're down on people and there's nobody there to empty the outside bins. And I'm like, holy Hannah. So I'm taking it inside. Anywho, but back to the surrendering to play. Surrender to play. Maybe you said remember when we were in school? We had recess. We had a break from studying and learning. Maybe you give yourself a recess. What would you like to do with your recess? Do you want to be outside? Do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to have a nice cup of tea? What do you want to do for your recess? Maybe start building a couple of recesses into every day. You know how in your work day, even for those of you who are retired, they built in 15-minute breaks? Sometimes people didn't take them. Sometimes management expected you not to take them, but they were there for a reason. They were there for a reason. It's that break. Innovative companies have, over many decades, come up with ways to foster the creativity. I remember a company, my sister's out on the West Coast, a company she worked for that had a refrigerator stocked with all kinds of snacks. There were there was like a couch that they could rest on. There was all this stuff that was designed to take them away from their work for a short period of time as they were cogitating on something. You can be a whole lot more creative when you get that breath of fresh air, right? So that is your mission for today. I want us all getting a breath of fresh air, whatever that means to you. Surrendering to play, taking a break, taking some time, just being, all right? And then report back. Report back what you notice when you do that. Cheryl, what do you feel? How are you after you do your art every day? Let us know, because hopefully we can motivate ourselves enough to do some of that stuff. We've been so overtrained to churn on the work stuff, whether it's housework, whether it's work, whatever. And my cynical side says to us, and what happens if we drop dead of a heart attack? They kick our corpse out of the way and someone else starts the churn. So, done with that. Done with that. I'm old now. I'm 60, whatever the hell I am. I'm done with that. Time for play. Time for rest. Time for thought process. Time for daydreaming. Let's resurrect some daydreaming here. This will be good. So, that is your mission should you choose to accept it on this fine Saturday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.